All right, perfect. All right, we'll get going here. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to not only our workshop Wednesdays that we hold every Wednesday, but a special Love Data Week that we hold once a week every year, where we highlight data services and resources that the library provides and teaches. And today we have our data services team here to talk about what they do, give you kind of an overview of the services they provide for our faculty and for our students. Our data team do all sorts of things, amazing things, including one-on-one consultations to really help you find, manage, analyze, or visualize the data that you're working with, and any of the coursework that you may be doing research on. Today, Seema is going to be talking on behalf of the team, and I will pull up her introduction here. So Seema is our data specialist here at Seton Hall University Libraries. And Seema has her research interests in higher education policy, research data management, and first-generation college students. She has experience in quantitative and qualitative research methods. If you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to let us know. I'll keep an eye on the chat to see if there's any questions that we can add towards the end of the presentation. And Seema, I believe I gave you sharing rights, so you should be able to share your presentation or screen, wherever you're working with.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. I would give you an overview of the research data services. First, I will talk a little bit about our team. Here is Sharon Ince. She's the head of the department. She's specialized in qualitative research. So if you have any qualitative questions or you need to schedule time, she's the person for that. And she's also interested in securing software for student and faculty. If there is any software of interest, you would like the university to get a license for that software, feel free to reach out to her. And also the data storage, if you would like to buy data storage and discuss some options, she's also the person to talk with. And we have the co-head of the department and assistant dean, Lisa DeLuca. She's specialized in data subscription and data sets. If you're looking for any data sets or you're trying to find specific variables, she's the person to go to. Then we have Chelsea. She's specialized in data visualization. She ran a few trainings using Power BI and Tableau and other visualization tools. If you would like to discuss some visualization options, she's the person to talk to. And I can help you with quantitative methods and also a little bit of everything. We are located in the library and we have access to the common area in the second floor. You can schedule a training. You can bring your students there if you would like. Also, we have a clubhouse in room in the Dean Suite. It's a little bit smaller space. We can conduct consultation there. Also, the library offer after-hour studying space, which is a space for students and for faculty to have access to the library for 24 hours. So if you have your dissertation, you need a quiet place and it's late, all coffee shops are closed, feel free to come to after-hour studying space. Also, there is a space 154. You can book that room, I believe, from the IT department, but you can have access to that room through scheduling a time and a day. So a research paper timeline usually start with a research idea, then you polish those ideas into research questions. Majority of our student and faculty, they come with an idea in mind and they also come with research questions. Sometimes we need to tweak those questions to make it suitable for the data that they have or they're trying to obtain. Then the literature review, we conduct workshops for using Atlas TI in literature reviews, because in grad school and most research method classes, they teach you how to write a literature review, but they don't teach you a software to use to kind of like shorten the time that you take to conduct a literature review. So we have that workshop. We use the software for the purposes of literature review. Then for the research design, we help student and faculty pick the right design for their study, because sometimes we have students, they have promising ideas, promising research questions, but they're intimidated whether to go qualitative or quantitative. So we help them and we sit down with them, trying to figure out what is the suitable method or design for their research questions. And if they're intimidated by the process, we can help them with that. Then with the data collection, we provide training and consultation using Qualtrics, which is one of the data collection tools that the university subscribe to. So we run not only how to use the tools, but how to make sense of all the features. And I'll talk a little bit about it. We also offer classes in research data management. We teach basic stuff, how to save file, where to put them, what is the different type of folder structures, how to make sure that your research data is organized, saved, and sustainable for future use. Then we help with data analysis, whether it's qualitative or quantitative. And we help students and faculty using SPSS, Stata, R, Python, and whatever software they are working with. Then the data visualization, we have few workshops using the tools that we have subscription to. So in the data collection or data finding, most of the data comes with challenging. So if you would like to obtain your data from a secondary source, you will always have issues whether with the poor documentation, you don't know how they measure that variable, you don't know how they collect that variable. Sometimes there is coding that you don't know what is it for. And we have that type of issue with students where we see random numbers within the data set, but we don't know what is those codes for. There is a lot of missing data. Some resources publish the data set per year. So if you would like to analyze from 2005 and 2010, you have to deal with 5 different files, and merging the data set can come with a headache. So we help with that. We also help with the data format. Sometimes data comes in different formats, not suitable with the software that the student are using. And also sometimes there is a code book, there is a documentation, but it has sophisticated language about the methodology, and some of the student might not be experienced with that type of vocabulary. So we help them make sense of all the documentation that come with the data set. So with talking about the data set, we maintain a subscription to ICPSR, which is the largest archive in the entire world for social science data sets. And for you as a Seton Hall student or faculty, or even staff or admin, you have access to full data sets from ICPSR. We also maintain data sets from PolicyMap and ArcGIS, Living Atlas, and also JSTOR. I'll talk a little bit about it. Then we also help you if you decided to collect your own data. You don't want to go with the secondary data. You don't want to deal with the issues that comes with it. You want to collect your own data. We have training for Qualtrics since we have a license for it. And it's a very powerful tool to collect data. We don't even teach how to create questions or how to distribute the survey, but we also teach a framework that is called total survey errors. Every error that could happen during the data collection to prevent any future error. And we also, if the student or faculty decided to go with the qualitative, we try to use Qualtrics as a scheduling tools. And we maximize the features of Qualtrics to increase the reliability and validity of the survey that they are creating. So for example, this is one of this simple example. We ask questions like, what is your target? How old are you is a simple question. It's very direct. You would think it's valid and reliable questions, but that's not true if your sample is, for example, college student, because once you get the data, your data will look like that. So if the sample size for that student or faculty within the same age group, we advise them not to put it in a categorical questions. We advise them to use a continuous measure. In that way, they can make sense of the age variable. And also we use some advanced feature in Qualtrics. Qualtrics will record the missing data without telling you why they're missing, because sometimes you could have missing data because the participant simply did not answer the question, or sometimes they just quit the survey before even seeing the questions. So we set before distributing the survey a logic that tells Qualtrics record different value for people who quit the survey, people who've seen the questions, but they decided not to answer it. In that way, you can see here in the options, record seen but unanswered as -99. You can change that value to any value that you would like. So when you obtain the data, every time you see -99, you know that this person did not answer the questions, but at least saw the questions. That help you to figure out how to deal with missing data in your data set. So we have an institutional license for Qualtrics through Seton Hall. You can access that software through PirateNet. You will find it there, but if you didn't find it, just type in the search Qualtrics and it will pop up. You can use it, and you also can export the data from Qualtrics and use it in different software such as Stata, SPSS, and Atlas DI. We also maintain a subscription to ICPSR that has the largest data sets in the entire world. So Seton Hall is one of 1,800 international members of that data sets. Through Seton Hall, you get well-documented data sets. You get free and paid training. Even the paid training, you get a special discount because you're a member of Seton Hall. Not only that, because sometimes you have a variable of interest, but you don't know how to study that variable or what to combine it with other variable or other indicators. They have something called data-related literature, how people are studying the same variable that you're looking at. It kind of gives you an inspiration or ideas how to design your research. Also, they offer a researcher passport, which is a service from them. They collect your information, they have your profile. So if you have that passport and you're looking for a data set that ICPSR don't have, but there is other provider have it, you just submit your passport and that's help you get approved easily because they already have all the information that they need in order to give you the data. Also, they have teaching tools. If you decided to assign an assignment for your student to clean a data set or obtain a data set, or even if you wanted to add a data component to your syllabus, they have a lot of teaching tools that you can use as a model for your students. Also, they have a learning and technical support. If one of the data set does not make any sense to you and you don't understand the methodology of how that data set is collected, they have support for you to teach you all of that aspect. So you can create an account using your Seton Hall credentials, and you can manage your account and all the tools that provided to you through the subscription through a dashboard that has all the download that you've done. Also, navigating the ICPSR website is very intuitive. All what you have to do is just type the variable that you're looking for. For example, if you're looking for student retention or student success or achievement, all what you have to do is just type it in the search bar and it will show you all the data sets that has specific variable. And the main page has some of live information about how people use ICPSR. And you can see here the most popular search term in ICPSR, countries using data set from ICPSR, and also the most downloaded data sets. Then we also have and maintain a subscription to Policy Map datasets, and this is institutional subscriptions to all Seton Hall student, faculty, and staff. You need to go to the website shu.policymap.com in order to access the subscription, to make sure that you're in the right account. You will have Seton Hall logo on the top, and also you have multi-layer here, because the public account, you cannot have multi-layers to the map. You can use it only for single layer, but we have the subscription, so we can add multiple layers to the work. What do you get from Policy Map? Through Policy Map, there is a lot of data sets, well documented, cleaned, ready for the analysis. And you can access a data directory that tells you every variable in that data set and what type of time frame of that data set. So you can either start analyzing in the website, and I'll show you in a minute, or you can just browse through the data directory to kind of like get inspiration of what type of variable you're looking for. So once you work on Policy Map, and this is one of the beautiful features that I like about Policy Map. Let's say you worked on a data set and you visualize it, you can save your work in the saved work folder in this small tiny arrow, and also you can download the data set. So for example, here I added multiple layers about income, diversity, gender. You can add as many layers as you want, and you can download the data set and take it to another software. Let's say you don't want it on the map, you just want it, you want to run a regression, or you want to run some sophisticated statistical analysis. You can take it and put it in Stata or SPSS or R, whatever you would like. That's one of the beauty of Policy Map. Then we have training in qualitative data analysis. So if you decided to go with the qualitative approach, we can help you designing the study. We can help you look into your interviews questions, and help you make sense of all of your project. And we use Atlas TI. We maintain and distribute a license from Atlas TI, and Atlas TI come in two versions, the cloud version and the desktop. The cloud is very suitable for sharing and collaboration, and the desktop for editing and analysis. Atlas TI can be used for qualitative studies. You can conduct analysis on the interviews, audio file, field observation, and notes. And also you can conduct literature review using that software. And even if you have a project that has to do with evaluation or assessment within your department, Atlas TI is very nice tool for that. Personally, I used it for administration work. I had to review so many documents and I didn't have time for that. So I just put them in Atlas TI and I used it for administration work. Here is a screenshot of the cloud version. So you can generate reports of your literature. You can compare between specific groups. You can even print a report and take it to a quiet place and start writing your literature review. And here is a screenshot of the desktop, which has a feature of analyzing the data. You can see here in the Sankey diagram in a table, it tells you how many times one code occur in the literature or in the interviews you want. We also offer not only the software itself, but we have a training about qualitative research in general. We've noticed especially those who are coming from a quantitative research, coding can be a little bit confusing because coding in qualitative research is not the same as coding in quantitative research. So we offer a workshop called Coding in Qualitative Research. We talk a lot about coding, different type of coding, when to use it, and we also talk about the cycle of coding and how to make sense of your data. And as I mentioned, we conduct literature review using Atlas TI because we'd noticed that fewer or maybe none of the research method classes offer tools to conduct literature review. Seton Hall also offer 2 licenses for quantitative software, SPSS and also Stata. So SPSS is free for all Seton Hall community, and it's very accessible. It uses drop-down menu, and also it has command syntax that you can modify. Also, you have a syntax editor and also output for your result. If you generated tables and graph, you can save them in an output. Also, it has a data entry that looks like a spreadsheet. So if you're familiar with the spreadsheet and you don't want any software that doesn't have the same look, SPSS is your software. And also Seton Hall subscribe to Stata. We have a free license. Stata offer both drop-down menus and also the command. So it's suitable for people who want to modify their code and people who just want the job done. Because some students, they really don't want to expand. They just want to finish their project, get their grades, and that's it. The drop-down menu is very suitable, but there is other students who want to change the type of distribution of the data, want to change different aspects of the analysis. Stata is very flexible, and when it comes to that, it's very intuitive, and it uses the same structure in English language. So if you want to summarize gender variable, all what you have to do is to summarize gender, similar to the English, describe age, for example. So the command is very intuitive, and it has working directory that enable you to save all your documentation, all your folder, and even the version of your data set in that working directory. And it's very smart when it comes to the path name. It can understand slashes and backslashes, forward slashes and back slashes. For example, in R find hard time to understand that. We have to change it. We always get error, but Stata is very flexible when it comes to that. And it has also a very smart version control system, so you can review all the changes that you have done. Also, it has a log file and a do file that enable you to share your work with other colleagues. Here is a screenshot of the interface of Stata. You can see in the command history all the command that you've run during the analysis. You can copy that and save them in a do file. In a result windows, you can save that in a log file, so you can go back to it whenever you want. And we can see the drop-down menu. It has data, so if you want to manipulate data, modify the data, click on the tab of data. Analysis, you can click on statistic, and it will have a lot of options for you to analyze. The same thing with graphics. If you want visualization, you can access that through the drop-down menu, or simply write the command in the command windows. And also you can see the variable windows where it shows you all the data set, all the variable in your data set. Then we also have a workshop for R, for quantitative analysis. We can help you make sense of the commands in R, and also we can help you simulate the data set. So for example, if you have a sensitive data that you can't show it to us, but it has a lot of errors and a lot of flows that you would like someone to help you with, we can simulate a 99% similar data set to the data set that you have without even looking at the data set. And we can work on this fake data set and show you how to navigate to that data set. Also, we started offering classes for Python using Jupyter Notebook. This is, we did not expect there is interest for Jupyter Notebook, but we had a nice feedback from people who attended the workshop. And we also tried the new tool from JSTOR, which is a text analysis. So within this tool, you can see in this website, you can search for specific keywords, and it will show you, it will look into over so many articles published by them. You can check that keyword, and you can see some visualization here, and you can specify the type of document if you want only to search for articles or book chapters or even newspaper. And you can check the provider here. And I really don't recommend you checking providers, because sometimes it will give you duplicate of articles in that provider options. And also you can choose the field of the study. And once you decided to build that data set, you click build, and it take you to another interface that has all the data sets that you built, and also some code to analyze that data set. Not only that, they offer classes and tutorial if you would like to use some of their materials. You can see that. You can see that they have lessons for introductory level, then intermediate and advanced. Then we have social media analysis through Atlas DI. We can help you make sense of social media if you're looking into any social study research, or even within the healthcare. We can help you find data sets from Twitter, and I can show you in a minute. This is the interface of Policy Map, which is one of the tools for visualization too. You can just click on that. You can see population, like the demographic. You can build the layer based on that. You can choose the male to female ratio, and you can check the income if you want, or the quality of life in different regions within the map of the US. Here is a small video of how to pull data from Twitter. So all what you have to do, go to import and export Twitter, then type the term that you're looking for. And you can see that Atlas DI pulled 94 tweets, and it coded for you, ready for the analysis, which is very nice tool to know what's going on. And also Atlas DI give you the options if you want current tweets or the most popular, because sometimes there is a tweet, it's not recent tweet, but it's very popular, or you can even check mixed for both recent tweet and popular tweet. To be honest, I use that just to know what's going on in my field. Sometimes I don't feel like reading so many stuff on Twitter. I just use it. I type whatever I want to just check what's going on, what is new with the field. So that's one of the tools. Then now let's talk a little bit about data visualization that is offered to you through Seton Hall. We have subscription to ArcGIS. ArcGIS comes with a bundle, very generous bundle. You can see how many options that you have. I'm using StoryMap right now for this presentation, which is one of the products from ArcGIS. Also, they have their data set archive, which called ArcGIS Living Atlas of the World. It has over 9,000 data sets that you can download and you can analyze. Then we have Power BI and Tableau training. Tableau, we don't have a license for Tableau, but we can help students if they have a license or they're using the free version, which is the public, Tableau public. Even though it's free, but user cannot save their work locally. You have to publish it. So it's not suitable for sensitive data if you have sensitive data. But the university subscribed to Power BI and Power BI Pro free for Seton Hall faculty and students. So the default come with the Power BI, but you can request the Power BI Pro for from the IT. So Power BI is, as I mentioned, free to everyone. And faculty, I think the default for them is Power BI Pro license, but student has to request the upgrade. So Power BI, it's a Microsoft product, and it's very intuitive, similar to Excel. It connects data sources. So if you want to connect Power BI to another server, that's so easy to do. It has a clean and it can clean the data and it can model it for you. And it has also great visualization built within it. And also you can download different visualization if you would like. People keep creating a new visualization tools for Power BI. Power BI, like most of software, comes with 2 versions. So Power BI Service, which is the cloud version of it, is suitable for distribution, sharing, and presenting. Then we have Power BI Desktop, which is suitable for editing, analysis, and sophisticated procedure. And the structure of the data in Power BI, use the snowflake structure. So if you have multiple files, this is really convenient. All what you have to do is just drag all those files to the model view, and Power BI is smart enough to connect to those data sets. So for example, if I have student ID in different data sets, it will recognize that this is identifier, and it will connect all your data sets based on the student ID. Then we have ArcGIS Pro, which is one of the ArcGIS bundle. We are going to start workshops. I think the first one will be next month for training in ArcGIS Pro. This is the list of supported software that we can help you with. And even if there is any software that we don't have subscription for, feel free to reach out to us and discuss the option of getting the software. Here is the research data services page. You can schedule a research consultation, a data services consultation by clicking on that options, and you can see that a form you can fill all your information, give us a little bit about your project or research project. We can help you with that. And also you can access the data services classes through this step. It will take you to the calendar that has all of the classes that being offered in within the data services. Not only that, if you would like us to come to your class and teach your students some of the software, sometimes theories by itself takes a lot of time, and we understand that there is not enough time to cover everything. So we can help with covering some of the material that you could not cover during the class time. Here's an example about what could we do for our students. So imagine Jason has a data set that has all the variable that he needs for his research. However, this data set has inconsistent language, has missing observation, and so many text data. So of course he has the option to do it and to clean the data in his own, but it will take him several days. Or he can schedule an appointment with the data services to help him with the cleaning. Then we have Sarah. She successfully defended her dissertation, and she proposed a promising logistic regression model for her study. The data that she obtained was measured on a continuous level, and it's not suitable for logistic regression. So she has a choice to start all over again and change the model to just multiple regression because she doesn't have a data set suitable for logistic regression, or she can come to us, we can manipulate that data to make it suitable for a logistic regression. And here I come to the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, Seema. That was an awesome presentation.
Thank you.
I always learn so much because you guys do so much work. And anyone have any questions in particular?
No question. I just, wanted to comment that it's amazing how many resources we have at the library, and the work that the data services team does is really so beneficial. So thank you for giving that very thorough overview of what we have to offer. It was great.
Thank you so much.
Well, if no one has any questions, I'll stop the recording now.